this computer. I think we're recording. We're good to go. All right, so this is all about the 8-week challenge, and we are doing it all online, obviously, because we've got so many restrictions, and they come and they go and they change, and they're outside our control. So what we can do is we can create this challenge in the environment that we want to create through online, which is what we're all doing at the moment. The beautiful part is that those doing PT can come in into the studio and get to see us and get that support in there too. But what we've been doing over the last few weeks is creating this 8-week challenge. And I've thought long and hard about all the other challenges we do, which are always generally 5 weeks. So we've changed it from 5 weeks to 8 weeks now, because instead of having a rapid fire directional change because of this awkward time of COVID, we want to create long lasting change, and 8 weeks seems to be a pretty hefty bit of momentum. So we thought that running it through the rest of winter and finishing in spring is a really cool way to run out this horrible cold period anyway. It's a really, really cool program. I'm super happy with how it's been created and what it's done. And I'm thankful for all the people that have sort of shared some advice and bits and pieces. And we're still trying to figure out how some of that stuff can fit into it. But tonight I'm going to give you the crux of it and give you how it's all going to work kind of to the best of my knowledge. It'll start, I think the date was the 6th, I'm pretty sure. Whatever that Monday is, 6th or 7th of July. That'll be kickoff for this challenge. And more or less, the whole concept is 8 weeks, which is what we need to do. But the really cool part about this one is there's no measurements. So it's not based upon your centimeters. It's actually based upon your transformation. So centimeters are great, and they're a part of this transformation, but we're going to base this off photos. So because it's online and not everyone can get in, and it's pretty hard, and there's restrictions and touching and all that sort of stuff there. So and a photo can tell the same story as does centimeters. But what we are going to do is we're going to teach you how to take your own centimeters so you can track those yourself as well, and have them done in the right places so that you can track it through the weeks as well. So we never track weight. We don't like it. It doesn't make any sense to us. But the first part of the challenge is it will be done with a photo. So the first thing you will do is take a photo. And obviously the first photo you want to look the worst. So don't be embarrassed by it. Be excited by it if it doesn't look great, because the transformation is in 8 weeks' time. It's not this one isn't the one. It's where you are in 8 weeks' time. So just remember that when you take that photo, it may not be flattering, it may not be what you want it to look like, but that's okay, because that doesn't matter, because we're going forward 8 weeks, and that's what we want. That's all that matters. But we're going to take these photos, and every week you'll take a photo. And so we'll end up having 9, I think it is, photos by the end of the 8-week challenge. And then we'll be able to see a true transformation of your body based on those 8 weeks there. And each week you'll be given a different template, so you can't fudge the photos and all that sort of stuff there. So it'll be kind of like you standing there holding up week 1. We'll change the picture on it. We'll show you what week 2 is. You'll print it out. You'll hold it up. So we know that it's week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. And you'll need to submit those. They're private. They don't go online. We don't keep sharing them on Instagram or anything like that. We'd always seek your permission if we were going to do that anyway. But what they are going to do is they're going to be stored so that we have a journey of you. And then we can chase you up and say, cool, Hursty, you don't have your photo, and you need to get it into us ASAP, please, so we can lodge it. And we're going to track that. So that's really cool. It's a really fun way of doing the transformation. Plus, it's really what you're looking for deep down inside anyway, is a physical transformation. And this way you can actually see the progress instead of focusing on numbers all the time. So that's a really big win. We're going to use a really different this time. We're actually going to have a journal that you're going to lodge these photos into. And the reason for that is because it helps us to plan the week ahead. So the idea of this whole challenge isn't like leave it up to your own demise. We're going to craft it together with you so that you have a blueprint to succeed and push through. And it's going to be a weekly plan that you'll be able to follow. So, and we'll get more into that shortly about the things you're going to get from it. But more or less though, you'll post the first week's photo, and then there'll be a series of things that happens after it. And then a couple of pages later, you'll put the second week, and there'll be all this documentation of you tracking what you're doing. So things from food, activity, things like that will be tracked through this journal. So it's really cool because one of the key things you need to know is that when you document something and you track it, you have way more success than if you wing it. It happens every time. The people that plan and document and take food journals and they do all those sorts of things, they're always way more successful than the person that wings it on the fly. And that's just because they're planned and they're disciplined enough to do it. Now, a lot of us aren't disciplined to do that. So that's why we're introducing this journal to be able to take us through for 8 weeks. It's not intense. It's just an ability to help us plan and prepare so that we're successful at the other end of it. So that's really cool. You're going to get, for the first time ever, FBFM is giving you a nutrition program. We never do them. We've never done them. We always think that you like food and do things on your own terms, and it's easy to do that. So the question came back to me from Sheridan was like, so why are we doing them? And I said, well, we're not telling people what to do. We're actually giving you a selection of foods that you can choose from, and we're going to use those to plan your day. So more or less, we're going to give you a series of breakfasts, and I think there's about 10 to 15 or something like that. Breakfast, lunches, dinners, there's morning snacks, there's afternoon snacks, there's desserts. There's all these different things that you can choose for your day depending on how you like to eat. Now, we're not telling you which one of those things to eat because you may not like broccoli, but I may love it. And why would I tell you to eat broccoli just because I like it? That makes no sense. So you're going to eat the things and choose the things from this list if you like. You don't have to follow it, but it's going to be a foolproof plan if you do. And then you'll just plug it aside and collate the numbers. So each meal has a caloric value. So we're going to get into that a little bit later on, but you're going to have a number that you can have for the day of amount of food, and all these foods equivalent to those numbers. So it doesn't matter what you eat as long as you know how much from a number point of view of that food you are eating. And that's going to be the key. So you're going to have a target you're trying to hit each day. So you're not trying to starve yourself, you're just trying to hit your target. That's the goal. So we're not trying to undershoot our target. We definitely don't want to overshoot it. We want to try and hit it each day. And that comes from planning. So Sheridan and I, now we're back in here. Breakfast is off the cards. It's not possible. We're up at 4 in the morning and we're here till about 11. So the breakfast option for us will not work, but that's okay because our first meal might be lunch, and that's cool. And we might have, say, a 500 calorie lunch. And then it gets to afternoon tea, and I know that I can have 2 afternoon snacks if I want to and buff those calories up because I'm trying to hit my number, not undershoot my number. And then I can just plug the food that I want to choose, that I have access to, and make my list and my food win for me. And it's lots of different options in there. So the cool part about this food one, sorry, we're done with that list. I've lost it. I have lost it. It comes with, anyway, oh no, there it is there, sorry. We've got on it breakfast, morning snacks, lunches, afternoon snacks, we've got dinners, we've got desserts. We've created protein shakes because I know people love to have an influx of protein after a workout. I know that's the time to do it, and sometimes people like to do it on the fly. However, we're not big advocates of protein powders. We believe there's more nutrition in other foods than there is in the powder. So we're all about creating them if you can. So we've created these healthy, natural as we can possibly make these protein shakes, but they're there for you to try, and they're really tasty. So the cool part is that they're nice and they're not powdery and all that sort of stuff there. And that, again, a protein shake still has a caloric value. You have to calculate the number because that is still food. Again, also we've got takeaway options. So things like KFC, Hungry Jack's, McDonald's, all those sorts of things there. We get that even though you're in a challenge, you come across times when you have to go through, you might be with someone and they're like, hey, let's go swing by Macca's, or the only thing that's open is McDonald's. And instead of going, oh, I can't eat, and getting sad about it, you go, actually, I can eat there. I have to be smart about it. So you're not ruling out McDonald's, you're just choosing better options from McDonald's. So we'll give you a plan of attack for those that you can choose things that if you are there to have a better option. Now, the thing is, you're probably not going to get to have the Angus barbecue double bacon burger with sauce because that calorically is stupid. It's way too high. But there are other options you can piece together to make your meal, to still be able to have McDonald's with the people that you're with. And that's the key. So we're going to give you takeaway options, protein shakes, all those different foods. Really, really cool. And we're going to give you a plan of attack on how to plan it. We're going to teach you how to work out your number for how much you're going to work on focusing on losing for this 8 weeks. And then you're going to use this food and the journal plan to make that happen over a 7-day period. Really super cool. That alone is just pure gold in helping you get there, because most people, every time we get there, they're just going, I fail with my food. That's always the challenge. They're so disciplined with their exercise. They move, but they're bad with their food. Now, the reason people go bad with their food is because they don't understand the value of food. They don't understand that a handful of nuts is quite damaging from a calorie point of view. Nothing wrong with having them, but there is with a handful or a bag of them. And that's the challenge, is people don't get that. So we're going to teach you it's okay to have the nuts, but you may only get to have 6 almonds because that's over 100 calories sort of thing. So you're trying to figure out like, oh, I didn't know that. But once you know it, you can still have them. You're just going to have less of them, or you can have more as long as you're counting for them. That's the key. So the nutrition stuff is awesome. It's really, really cool. There's a meat aspect to it, and we've created a vegetarian and a vegan aspect to it. So we've got the other side of it there, which I'm working on with Sheridan, because she's obviously is a vegetarian and she used to be vegan. She's created a vegan cookbook. So we're creating these options for those people who don't always eat meat. So you're going to have two options. So you can choose which one of those you want to go down, and we'll send you the appropriate thing. This is all going to be sent to you guys, so you'll have it in PDF form, so you can print it off, do with it as you will. It'll also be on an online platform and all that sort of stuff too, which is really cool. Next step. This is really intense, all this stuff. It's really cool though. There's a training program, which is all the fitness side of things, which is the key to accommodating with all the nutrition side of things, is getting the right balance. So we're going to create a program for you to do based over an 8-week period. Now it's based on 6 days, and the 7th day is low key. So moving for 6, and the last one's low key, be it go out for a walk or just move, do something, but you don't have to go high intensity. It's just to get out and about more or less, which is really cool. It's based around strength. It's based around cardio. We're going to send you different cardio options that you can choose. We call it, Sheridan, do you remember what we called the outside one? The cardio? Oh, unplugged, that was it, sorry. We're calling it unplugged cardio, so it's not online. So you have to actually get outside and go do something. So you're not allowed to go online and do an FBFM session, that sort of thing. They're actually encouraging you to get outside and then go and do something out there, which could be mountain biking, it could be sprints, it could be hiking, swimming, whatever. And we've created programs for all these different cardio things that you can do. So you'll be able to select one of those things and then do the program on that day that you choose. So we're going to have a plan of attack. You get a strength session in there, be it if you have access to a gym or you're doing PT sessions, that's great. If you don't, we will be creative and use stuff at home, but you're going to implement strength in the session to get you through. We, of course, have all the online stuff, which we do online every day, morning and night, which, of course, will be infused in there. But you won't be doing those every day. They'll be slightly different because you're going to follow this training plan to help you get through for 8 weeks. The goal is to keep pushing and going through. So really cool, lots of different programs. Again, you get this all sent to you. You'll have access to it. It'll be picture form. There'll be video demonstrations, all that sort of stuff, which is really, really cool. There'll be weekly focus plans, so a way to focus your goals for the week. Again, using that journal, so planning out what's coming, knowing what's coming, and then achieving it, and then holding yourself accountable, because this is done all you. You don't have the luxury of a partner with you. You may have a partner in your household, which is lucky, and they're really supportive, and they're going to push you and help you do it, which is awesome. But you don't have, they're there to support you, but they can't do it for you. So you have to do this. You have to get a little uncomfortable. You have to plan. You have to hold yourself accountable. You're not holding anyone else accountable. They're not holding you accountable. You have to do the work. Because the reality is relying on someone all the time to help you get through something is never going to allow you to keep going through something. They're good to help you in periods, but this time here, I want you to build the foundation, the mental strength, the discipline, the persistence, all those cool words that go in this section here. I want you to build those things so you can do it on your own. And it's really cool. It's really exciting. We're going to have I know there's so many Facebook groups, but this strength challenge will have an 8-week Facebook group, which will only go for 8 weeks, and then it'll get cut off. So you'll only have it directly for that. In that group will be only participants in there. Now that will only be for challenge related stuff. We'll still be using the at-home Facebook group for what we do and how we do stuff. But the chat group will be things like, cool, I might jump on, I might do a video really quickly, or share it, and we might share something going, cool guys, I want you to watch this, I want you to have a listen to this, I want you to let me know what you think. Then we're going to get you to process your brain to start thinking about winning and staying focused. Because what we've found when we've done long challenges in the past, because we used to do 12 weeks, and then we did an 8-week, and we did 6 weeks, and we dropped it to 5. The reason we dropped it to 5 is because we found that people stayed more successful through the whole period, and you stayed more focused. So this is going to be uncomfortable because we know for the first couple of weeks, excitement gets you there. The middle section's always like, they call it the hump or whatever it is. That section there is when we need to rally. So that's when you're going to see a lot more inclusions from Sheridan and myself, and probably T-Pop and the trainers and stuff getting there and just promoting you guys and really helping you, but challenge you to think about yourself and about things you're doing and about choices you're making. So that group will be private. It'll be really supportive. It'll be just, they're designed to help you guys succeed pretty much. And it's going to be awesome. Again, only for 8 weeks, and then we're going to cut the page, delete the group altogether, and then it'll all go back to the other one. So it's not another group you have to have, and you have to monitor 3 or 4 pages like we are at the moment. It'll only be for this challenge. There are no daily challenge requirements. So you do not have to do the 4-minute challenge every day. You do not have to submit those things. This isn't about that. This is about you following a plan. You can do those 4-minute challenges because they will still be online. There's hundreds on our main Facebook page now anyway, which is really cool. So they're there for you to do. They're 4-minute fixes, and YouTube, sorry. You can look for them on there as well, which is fantastic. And so you don't have to submit those, which is really, really cool. What else have I got here? There's the stuff I'm trying to infuse is what people sent me before, which is really cool. There was some stuff to do on how do you relax when everything's so intense all the time. So we're looking into how do we inject a way for people to be able to meditate or to calm themselves down so they can relax and refocus. Because if life is going hectic and your brain's going crazy, you need a way, a strategy to be able to calm down and see everything for what it is, not how worse than it is, if that makes sense. And quite often meditation can be that. Now, meditation isn't for everyone, which is really, that's fine. But for some people out there, it is. And so we're going to include that somehow in here. We're going to include some things that help you to do that. Some great things, great tips around sleeping and stuff like that. So some really great stuff in there. Like I said, it's an 8-week challenge. This is just part of it. There's so much more to it, but this is the crux of it. Now, the cool part is we're putting up for the overall challenge winner. That person's this is only one part of the prize, because I haven't got the prizes in front of me. I thought I had them here. Is $1,000 for that first place. Get it? So you're going to get $1,000 cash. And there's a heap of other things that add into it. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm so sorry. We've created these massive packages for this winner of this challenge. So $1,000 cash, yours. The cool part when you do a challenge here at FBFM is the numbers are in your favor. Tommy Austin, I don't know if he's on there at the moment. I can't see it at the moment, but he entered a challenge recently, and they have 5,000 participants in this challenge. So you're up against 5,000 people trying to do well, and they're playing for, I think they're going to win $2,000 or something like that sort of thing. But so your numbers are in your favor in this one here, because we don't have that that large scope for this challenge, which is really cool. And we'll love nothing more than to give away a large amount of money to help people in this time, especially. It's based around the transformation. Okay, you need to be clear on that. The transformation is you posting every week. It's not you doing one and one. It's showing up, doing the work, showing us that you're doing it and you're not starving yourself for the last 3 weeks to do a rapid transformation. I want to see consistent drop. So we're going to look at all the photos and watch the journey. That's the goal. Again, we won't share the pictures if you're not comfortable with sharing the pictures, but they're for us to see and you to see. They're private, and we'll document, and we'll have these really cool things here. We'll have first prize, second prize, third prize, all that stuff there. So we're going to have females and males, and then we'll have an overall winner. Now, the overall winner, say for the sake of this, it was Sheridan, and she's a female. Because she finished overall winner, there's still a first place female to be awarded, which in theory would be first runner-up, but they still will be regarded the first prize, so male and female, second and third, and then there's one overall champion. The overall champion is crowned overall, and the other people get all the other prizes as well. So there's 7 prizes all up, and we'll post those a bit closer to the start time because we're still fine-tuning them. They're really good though, great value on them, really awesome prizes. But the main prize will get $1,000 cash, good hard cash in their bank, and there's like PT sessions and a heap of other stuff in there. I can't remember off the top of my head, sorry. Super, super cool. It's really, really exciting. It's 8 weeks, and it's designed to help you transform your brain, your journey, your body, and everything for 8 weeks, and which makes it really exciting. That's me sort of wrapped up with kind of what I'm going to share. The other stuff will kind of get dropped in as we go, because like I said, I asked for all this feedback from you guys if you had any ideas for challenges and stuff like that. And it's been really great, and I'm very grateful for everyone that reached out, because they're all brilliant ideas, and I'm just trying to figure out, can we or how do we make that work in this challenge at the moment? I still got a little bit of time up my sleeve to fine tune it. The crux of it is that, which is really exciting. Like I said, super pumped about it. The nutrition program alone is gold, I promise you. You just had that in your hands, you'd be away laughing. It's that simple. And that's just one little tiny piece of this puzzle. Have I missed anything if you've been still listening? This is Sheridan, guys. This is my wife.
Hi, I'm Sheridan Dean. Nice to meet you. No, I didn't actually hear at all. Have you talked about how it's judged?
Transformation pictures.
Yep.
Done
Cool.
that one there, just did it then.
Does anyone have any questions before we just keep
That's
chatting?
what we're up to. We're up to the questione part. I didn't know you could do that screen.
Sorry, I've got a question. It might be because I popped in late and didn't hear the start of it. But with the nutrition program, how does it work? So obviously a person like me would require less fuel than a person like Maddie. So are they altered, or are we given...
No, we're going to bulk you up so I can win.
Yeah.
No, so what is happening is I guess a combination of a couple of IQ sessions that we've done together. First of all, we're going to work out your numbers. And second of all, then you've got like a plethora of recipes and stuff that you can choose from, so that you can then plug them into your day and work out your calories based off that. So let's say you're a 3 meal a day eater. There's nothing wrong with that. Go for it and stick to what works best for you, but know your numbers for those 3 meals. So if you only have 3 meals and your calories are 1,500 for the day, you can either have three 500 calorie meals, or you can have 2 300s and then a 900, or whatever it might work for you. So these recipes will literally show their caloric value, and you can pick and choose to make up those numbers from there. So it will be tailored, like we'll help you work out your numbers as well, so that you can stick to those and know what you need to do.
Does that help?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, easy, because everyone's numbers are different. So that's the key to it all. But great question. Thank you.
Anyone else got a question?
I have a question. So you said there's no 4-minute daily challenge to submit, but with the exercise, is there like an exercise plan though? Like you're going to give us a plan of what to do every single day for the 8 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of that will revolve around FBFM at home. So the online stuff that we're currently doing, as well as like your strength options and stuff. Sorry. I don't know what I just choked on.
Well, bless you, Phil.
Thank you. I'm just crying about it now. But it's all off your own back though. So we'll give you the plan, but it's up to you to do it. So unlike the daily challenge videos where you had to submit it to get points, this one you don't. All you have to do is submit those transformation photos. And we'll give you the work to do, but it's like anything, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it. So we'll send you everything. So you have every tool in your tool belt, but it's whether or not you decide to use those tools or not.
Yeah. So you'll have 2 unplugged sessions. Again, getting offline. We don't want you to be online on those 2 days. You'll get outside, go do something. And again, we'll give you all those sort of programs. You can choose from something from there to do that stuff. There'll be 2 online commitments. You'll have a strength commitment, which you can either choose to do from one of our online sessions or one of the ones we give you. And then we'll encourage everyone to attend a Muscle Monday on the first Monday of the online stuff. So we're encouraging you to get offline, but we're also encouraging you to get online. And then there's also the option for you to do stuff independently if getting online isn't working for you. So you'll have so many different options. It's really, really cool. But we'll have the plan for you. It's all written out in front of you. You'll get given it in a beautiful PDF form. You have it visual online. It'll all be there for you. And you just have to choose what works for you. The whole point of it is finding a lifestyle that works for you, not feeling obligated to be in front of a computer if it doesn't work for you.
Because we want to create a plan that can be tailored around your lifestyle as it is now, because that's what's going to get you the most success. So if you tweak things as close as you're currently doing, you'll end up succeeding. If you try and flip everything on its back and change everything up, you might have success initially, yes, but you'll end up reverting to your old habits. So ideally what we're doing is saying, here's a plan, but you need to work it into your lifestyle that works for you. So we're not going to say to you, you have to be at a 6:30 a.m. boot camp. However, on this day, it is a boot camp style workout. So you can choose to do it with us online at 6:30 or 5:30 p.m. Or you can do that boot camp at any time throughout the day, or you can do something that's equivalent to.
And I'll give you a reason why we'll say get online to do the cardio stuff as best you can, because it creates a commitment for you. So you can actually commit to an appointment. So you go, cool, I'm going to make the 6:30 boot camp happen because it's the only time it's going to fit in my day. then you feel obligated to honor what you said you're going to do for yourself, and you'll turn up for that appointment. That's what we're looking to do. So
it's kind of like PT, and that's why PT has a real success rate, because not only do you have the appointment, so you've got the accountability, and if you don't show up, someone's disappointed and they miss you, but also you've got someone there pushing you too. So same kind of thing.
yeah. Any more questions?
Sorry, me again. And is there measurement days, or is it purely on photos?
Photos.
Purely on photos. A couple of reasons is we can't guarantee that we can be allowed to do measurements consistently throughout the 8 weeks. So we want to allow for
Change.
So yeah, we don't want to be caught out and go, hey, we're going to give you this, and then go, actually, we can't give you this. So this one's based purely on a transformation. So we won't even know what your measurements are. You can do the measurements, and we'll actually do a tutorial video on how to do the measurements and where to take them from, of course, but there's no face-to-face. So for our members that are in Queensland, for our members that are in country Victoria, et cetera, they can actually be a part of this and still compete.
Because a great example of that is we were midway through a challenge when COVID hit, and we had to stop because it wasn't possible to run it. And that was outside our control. It's not because we wanted to, it's just because we had to. And it was completely outside of control. And that particular challenge will happen again at the end of the year once we finally get back and be able to do it. So we'll rerun that particular challenge later, and it'll be the 5-week challenge and all that. This challenge is totally different. It's nothing to do with that one. It's a totally different one. That particular one will be at the end of the year. And the reason for that is because it is a face-to-face interactive one. It's class-based. It's, you have to come in and get measured up and stuff. And we can't guarantee any certainty at the moment. And we think at the end of the year is our best chance. And we'll hope for that, for the best, really.
Yeah.
And just to confirm, you have to get every photo every week. So say like I did my first one and then I'm like, hey, I don't have time for the second photo. That counts as like you won't win.
No, it's not the case. No, we're going to encourage you to make sure you submit them, because what it shows in a transformation, it shows you transforming, and we need to see the whole transformation. And if we miss 3 weeks, we don't know what you could have just starved yourself for 3 weeks for all we know. And we don't know what's going on. We want to see, and we believe that one photograph once a week will be a very manageable task for everybody.
It's not like you miss out on points for not doing it. However, it's strongly encouraged to do it, and it will give you a better chance of winning too.
Yeah.
So is the photos the front, back and side?
Yeah, to be like that. To be inside.
Yep.
Probably do.
Yeah, probably 3.
Yeah, we'll do 3.
And you just hold up a bit of paper that you'll get sent to you. You just have to print off once and just change the number on top of it.
No, we're going to change them each week.
I'll change them each
I
week,
want to see that they've got the new one in there, not just.
Can you just like take a photo of like your face?
No, that won't. You can, but it won't do what
It
you
won't
want.
work.
When does it start? When does the challenge start?
Oh,
Keep saying
I think it's the 6th of July, which is the Monday. Sorry, we should totally be prepared.
I
for
keep
this.
saying it's the 6th. I'm pretty sure it is.
Nice to hear your voice, Miss Bowie.
I'm not very good at this thing. I'm tapping this. I'm like, ah.
Yeah, it's the 6th of July.
Yeah, Monday the 6th of July is the start, and that gets us right through winter. So the cool thing about that, and why we're starting on the 6th of July, is because we literally finish at the end of winter. So we spring into spring in our new bodies, pun intended, and rip off the winter coat and just be like, abs, come at me. Maybe.
We ain't got Sheridan Dean's abs, so let's not hope for that, ladies and gents.
You got a question, Teapot?
Any minute now would be great.
How do I unmute? Dean just double checked. I just asked Dean and he said about the photos. I missed the beginning. So how are the photos submitted? They're not submitted in a public group, are they?
No, they're private.
And now they're on our public page, so everyone can see it.
And a story and everything, yeah. No, you're going to just send them through to a private message to Sheridan or myself. We
were thinking of creating like a Tinder app, and it's like a swipe left, swipe right, but we just didn't have the time. So it's just going to be private. Tommy?
And are they like bra and undie shots? How do they
They will be.
They will
taken?
be- yeah, so just so you
I
know,
checked.
there is complete privacy on it.
Yeah.
And we do encourage the bra and undie shot. And we also recommend doing the same bra and undie shot, as in using the same pair of underwear. Wash them, please. But so you've got a congruency with it all too. But just so you know, we do encourage that, just so you can actually get a proper reading of it. Us ladies know how much these tights can suck us in at times. So let's get real about it. And the cool thing is at the start, it might be enough of a shock and a motivator to you to go, all right, I really got to dig deep. So there's no hiding behind or anything like that.
Yeah. And remember, you want
Not sure what you. Yeah.
Hang on, Tommy's next, sorry.
As you mentioned before, Maddie, I actually done a challenge, and it was very similar. We had to submit photos in your jocks for the blokes. Women were in bikinis or bra and knickers. Like you said, it's very confronting when you do it, but you're sort of sending it, and it was like saying it was private. And I think probably about 3, like you're saying, that hump, that sort of 4 to 5 week barrier, all of a sudden people started putting it on the page. They had a group page, and people started uploading them on there, going, I'm not really feeling that I'm losing or transforming. And they were putting them on there. And then people started doing it over and over and over again and going, no. And then you had a lot of people that are going, look, I don't feel like I'm changing. And then other people would go, hey, I can see massive change in this photo, from week to week. And they'll just, and it was surprising, like, how much of a motivation you get out of it. You go, I'm not really changing. But then you get a photo of yourself from the start, and then a photo at the 5 week mark, and you go, oh shit, how much have I changed?
Yeah, it's good.
I've really changed, and you don't understand. And then you had people that would comment on it and go, hey mate, doing really good. And then you go, oh shit, I am going all right. And then you kick on for that next 3-4 weeks. And that was a massive boost for me. The worst part was the corona lockdown kicked in with 2 weeks to go, and they shut the gyms, and you had to try and work out from home. It just killed me. Literally stopped me dead in my tracks. So like you're saying, it's that, and like all the ladies are saying, it's uncomfortable, that thing. But it, like you said, Sheridan, it might be that thing that everyone goes, hang on a minute, I don't really look that good. I thought I looked good. Yeah, I get around and I've got my leggings on and they suck everything in. I look grouse. Then you take them off, you go, oh, hang on a minute. But then you might think, shit, I feel shit house. And in that 4 to 5 week time, you go, hang on a minute. If I put a photo up, stuff it, I'll bang it up. And then someone will go, Jesus, look how much you've changed. And you will go, oh shit, I have really too. You don't know. You don't understand. And it's really weird how it works. You think, oh, Jesus. Like I put one up myself. I'm like, oh, there's not a chance. Like I've got tan lines and everything. I look like I wear a white t-shirt full time because I wear t-shirts all the time. Because I've got I've got a body image that I don't like to wear I don't like to wear a singlet because arms aren't big enough, all that stuff. So I just don't. And then people are going, Jesus, why are you wearing why don't you ever wear a singlet? Why, look, your arms are good. This is good. This is good. You start feeling really good about yourself.
No, that's awesome.
That's
Thanks,
awesome.
Tommy.
Thanks for the
So
input.
good
Appreciate
and so
it.
true. And I think that's the key to the photo like that. And like we said, it's completely private. If you wanted to put yours up on that private page, that would have, of course, that would be totally a decision by you. We're not going to enforce that. It's totally your call. Again, like Tommy said, sometimes it can be what you need to, you might be struggling to see a change, but other people see in you sometimes what you can't see in you, which is the beautiful part about FBFM is having these great people around you, because they always seem to find the good in you, not the bad in you. Yeah. You will always find the bad. They'll always find the good. That's the beautiful part about it. So that's why we're doing the photos. It's really important for that.
Hursty, did you have a question then, mate? Hold on, you need to unmute.
It wasn't anything as motivational as Tommy's. I just didn't know whether I wanted to show you my bra. That was all.
Just make sure it's a good one, mate. I like black lace. Any other questions? Yeah, go Haley.
Cool. Firstly, can non-members do the challenge if they want to?
Only Bray can.
Start signing me up for shit.
And just like, is there an entrance fee? When do we have to register? Buy that sort of general stuff?
We'll post that tomorrow on Friday.
There will be an entrance fee, yes, like a buy-in kind of thing. But we'll confirm all that for you guys tomorrow with the official launch.
Yeah. This is just a bit of info, but yeah, yes to those questions.
But it won't be huge amounts.
No. Just a little information on the challenge Tommy did. I asked him about his one he did, and he said it's $190, Tommy? Yeah. $190 to enter the 8-week challenge. And
we are not doing anywhere near that.
Nothing like that. I heard that. I was like, wow, that's intense. So you got nothing to worry about. It's really affordable. And for everything that you get, it's insignificant comparatively anyway. So we'll launch that properly tomorrow. It's nothing to worry about anyway. It's nothing huge.
And just remember, the chance is to win $1,000. Hard cash.
I'll give it to you in $5 notes. So it looks even better.
And it's like real Australian dollars too, not even Monopoly money. Just
I was going to give the yen.
I actually wanted to win, but now with the whole photo thing, it's like, I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah.
But Gabby, no one's going to see the photos. Just Sheridan, let's say, or Matt.
That's the worst part about it.
But then you can't hide.
I don't hide, but I'm pretty from up here.
Do it. You can do it.
That's put me off.
Maddie's seen photos of me, my bra and undies, so.
Only Adam does, and I feel bad for my husband. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
Maybe this is what you need, Gabs. Maybe.
I already feel like anxiety is shit over that. But if I still want to do it, like, I'll still do it, but I just won't do like the winner thing because I don't want to do the photos. Like, that gives me massive anxiety, man.
Imagine all the Botox you could buy with $1,000.
Yeah, but to share that photo with you guys, I'd rather not.
I'll chat about it later with you. T-Pop, did you have another question? Go for
it. No, I was just going to say we'll discuss that later, Gab.
Yeah.
Don't let this hold you back.
No,
Don't
exactly.
let that hold you back.
Any other
Trust me,
questions?
Gab, I've seen some of the ones that were on there. You just went, whoa, you know, like it took a lot of courage to put stuff on there. And I'm talking, there was literally probably 2,000 men, probably 3,000 women on it. And it was just like, and when these photos went up, everyone's going, oh, Jesus. And I remember, you know, I showed Matt and Sheridan a couple of times and said, oh, having this person, you know, like, yeah, that's just that guts thing. But I know what you're saying. Like, I was the same. I'm not standing there in my jocks and putting a photo for everyone. And it took 5 weeks before I even thought about doing anything like that. And like you said, it's in a closed group. Matt, Sheridan, the only people who ever see it. It's just so. And you, at the end of the day, you'll look back at your comparison photos from week 1 to week 4, and you'll go, oh shit. Well, like I said, you might think, oh, I've lost a kilo, but then you look at it and go, oh, hang on a minute, I've lost probably about 10 centimeters here over my whole body in a 3-week period, and you wouldn't even notice it unless, without your clothes falling off. That's the main thing. So I know what you're saying. That was my big thing. That I looked at this challenge that they'd done and the way that they do it for this mob that I went through for probably about 4 years before I even signed up, because of that fact of having to stand there in my jocks, take a photo and send to somebody I don't know. It was on the internet.
Question for you. Was it not such a big deal in the end when you did do it? Like, you built it up for 4 years, and then when you did do it, was it not such a big deal?
Week 1, I took the photos about 6 times. Kept deleting them, going, nah, I just can't. By about, like I said, sort of, it was probably about that week 4 period when everyone started putting them up, and I'm going, hang on a minute, I'm not as bad as these people. Honestly, I don't look as bad as these people as what I thought I actually did. And then I started, and then I was like, oh, well, whatever. Nearly every week, I was probably the first person to post them.
Yeah, wow, that's so cool.
Gabby, it's not it's all of us get anxious about taking those photos. So everyone's got a bit of trepidation with the first photos, and I know I'll take half a dozen before I get one that'll be happy. So at least you're doing it by yourself. I think I did one challenge where someone else was doing them. So it's like, yeah, you're doing them in your own home. They're private. You can take as many as you like until you get the one you want. But yeah, we'll all be a little bit nervous about doing them.
And I want you to know, guys, that there's zero judgment.
Yeah.
It's not, we're not there to pick you apart and judge and do anything. That's if you genuinely believe that that's what Sheridan and I would do to all of you, then I want to apologize, because that is not in our hearts to ever do that. And if we know that you have an insecurity about these photos, we're not going to bring up the photos and to either embarrass you or anything like that. That's not what we're doing this for. We're doing this to help you guys, for those people that do have a challenge with the idea of even doing that, to help you transition through it so that you don't have to be like that. Like everybody's beautiful. Everyone's got their own body shape. Everyone's got their own journey, and that's cool. But we don't want you to ever feel hung up on yourself. So this is what this is for, is to help you through that. It's completely private, non-judgmental. It will never be brought up in your company or in other people's company. So I want you to know that. And if you do think that we would ever do that, again, apologies from the bottom of our hearts, because that's not in our hearts to ever do that to anyone.
And the only reason for the photos is actually for your progress. Like Tommy said, sometimes you might not even think you've changed, and then you look at the photos and it's like, oh my gosh. And so there's a reason for it. It's not to make you feel like shit, and it's not for anyone to poke fun of you guys at all. That's definitely far from the truth. Use it as a motivator, use it as a realism check-in kind of thing, and go, let's not look at the situation worse than it is. Let's not look at it better than it is. Let's look at it how it actually is, and then we can move forward.
Yep.
Ash, you had a question before Sweets. Did you have? Nah, you good?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to clarify. So is everybody following just the one same exercise program? It's not that there's like a weight loss and strength, it's just all the one, and it's just the overall. Yep. Cool.
The concept's based around a body transformation. So stripping down the weight as best we can, in whatever way that is for each person. Everybody's body shape is different. And again,
getting strong and building that muscle.
Yeah. So doing all the components together, wrapped in the right way. And this program genuinely is the right way to do it. Again, it's forcing you to get online and interact with people. It's forcing you to get outside and interact with nature. It's forcing you to lift heavy things. It's giving you this great balance and a lifestyle that allow you to feel good about yourself and enjoy the process, because quite often when we do challenges, we're so strict and we're so anal about everything. It's boring.
And you're counting down the days till you can have the burger, or you're counting down the days till you can go back to eating how you were. But the idea is that, what if you could just maintain that and just have the body of your dreams forever, and not like for a 3-week period?
You don't have to wait for the burger. You can incorporate the burger and understand that a burger is okay. It's not going to upset my whole journey of this 8-week challenge. It's actually going to be great, because I'm going to enjoy it more, which is going to keep me focused more. But if I can't have, and then I had a shit week in week 3, 4, I'm going to look for every reasons to derail myself. But if I can enjoy the process with the food and all that along the way, and still see these beautiful results, then all of a sudden you enjoy 8 weeks. It's not harder than you think. It's actually really cool. So,
Melinda, did you have a question before Sweets?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Just a couple of questions. One with the food, do you list the calories?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other question is, obviously all of us who are on here are exercising already. We're doing this. Just ask, sounds like a silly question maybe. What if you do this program religiously for 8 weeks and there's no change?
Cool. Great question.
Could that happen? Considering, you already exercise, if you already eat a pretty good diet most of the time, is there likely to still be change?
If you're hitting the numbers with your food, regardless of what you actually eat. So if you're eating pretty well most of the time, that's great. But if you're hitting the correct numbers, regardless of what you're actually eating, whether you follow the food plan or not, but as long as you hit those numbers, then we're pretty confident to say you will see a change, because your body composition should change. You know, you should strip down the fat a little bit, and maybe there's no muscle increase or visible, like visibly seeing that increase. However, I'm pretty confident to say that there would definitely be a leaning up phase from that 8 weeks. Especially if you're pretty close. Matt and I are going to participate in this for sure, and I'm confident to say that I'm pretty lean at the moment anyway, but I know that I will still see an incredible transformation over this 8 weeks.
And quite often when we're eating healthy, and we're not tracking eating healthy, we're often still overeating. And eating healthy and overeating are two different things. You can eat healthy and still overeat. And it can not seem like you're overeating, but again, not understanding the food properly will push you over anyway. Avocado, nuts, all those things. There's some things in there that are sneaky. They're so little, but they're so high. And so what we'll do is not force, but teach you to track those things, even if you follow your own food plan and stuff like that. But actually take time to learn the numbers and just track them and see if you are hitting the right numbers, or are you overshooting them or undershooting them.
Yeah. Okay, good. Thanks.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Any other questions?
All right.
We like to call them questiones.
Cool. If you do have any questions you want to ask privately because you're a bit unsure to ask in front of the group, please just ask, because
send us a message, private message.
Yeah. We'll more than happily answer. Like I said, we'll formally launch it properly tomorrow. We'll put all the prices and prizes and everything up tomorrow so that it's officially launched, and it is starting on the 6th. It's online. It's awesome. I promise you, it's really cool. Worked really, really hard at creating this. And it's there to set you up for success. And we're doing it with you guys. We're not in the competition. We're just going to get in the trenches and do it with you guys. And so we're not standing on the sidelines saying, hey, make sure you do this. We're actually jumping in with you. We're going to enjoy the process as well. We want to be coming into spring as best we possibly can as well, and not spend all of winter hibernating and COVID layering. And we've heard the COVID 5. I've seen the COVID 10. A couple of the boys came up and they're like, I put on 10 kilos in 12 weeks, which is a really good effort, by the way, in that short period of time. But they're happy to do this challenge to get it back under track. And I said, what did you do? And they just said, I just hibernated and I just ate too much. I didn't move. I just let COVID be the reason why I could eat. And so we're just saying, here's a reason to stop worrying about bloody COVID and just do something for you, so that spring comes along and it all lifts. We can enjoy it on the other side. Cool.
No further questions? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Now you can text us if you have any more questions, but we're really excited for this. Thank you guys again for joining us. And I look forward to having you guys join us on this 8-week transformation challenge, something that we've never done before. So super exciting. And yeah, let's do it. Let's get lean.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
Legends. See you guys tomorrow.
Bye-bye.